I just want you to fuck me to sleep. Trap, bunny, bubble. My cheeks clap, daddy. So lay me down while I arch that ass back. I need that good pipe, daddy.
Am I better than everyone?
You are a little nosy Nelly over here.
I always get excited when somebody likes one of my posts because I'm like, another weirdo.
And nobody wants to hang out with me, so...
And if somebody hurts you, I wanna fight, but my hand's been broken one too many times. So I use my voice, I'll be so fucking rude, but they always win, but I know I'll lose, and I sing a song that'd be just...
A demon, a wolf shifter, and a harpy all walk into a hotel one day and walk out as mates. Of course, chaos ensues. Today's Monster Mash October book is Three of Hearts by Lillian Lark. As I alluded to before, this is an MMF monster romance between a wolf shifter, Greg, who discovers that he has two mates in the demon businessman, Asa, and a harpy, Zeph, who swears up and down that harpies do not take mates. But in her heart of hearts, she knows she's full of shit. Once upon a time, not so very long ago, Greg and Asa were mates. That is until Greg's wolfy side starts to get a little bit restless and he breaks up with Asa to continue looking for his mate. Asa lets Greg wander, but that does not mean that he is ready to give him up entirely. Asa goes to the hotel on that fateful day to try and win Greg back. But when Zeph crashes into his arms, quite literally, with Greg trailing not too far behind her, Asa realizes that Zeph may be the key to keeping Greg forever. Three of Hearts is a very sweet polyamorous monster romance. It's got high heat, plenty of sword crossing, and of course a happily ever after for this chaotic trio.
This is a place where I don't feel alone. This is a place where I feel.
And well, cause you did what you said.
Jason Derulo.
That it's all for the best, cause it is.
I was so wrong for so long. She's got a book for every situation. Gets into parties without invitations. How could you ever turn her
Library book sale. This library is so pretty. So many books.
Okay, so I wanted to film more, but there were so many people in that library. Yes, it was a library sale, and this is my haul. I actually found a lot of cool stuff. This was all like $7.50. First, I got Everlist. I've wanted this for a while, so I can't wait to read it. Next, I got The Musician's Daughter, which just looked good. Next, I got The Kite Runner. It's a classic, like, so yes. Then I got Reign of Shadows, which this looks so good. And then I got Life of Pi. Like, I feel like I need to read it. I don't have time, but
my favourite genre, adult contemporary romance. Make it black, take my money. Here's some upcoming romances that you should be pre-ordering, like, right now. Also, let me start by saying all of these covers that I'm about to show you, stunning. Rich hero, not so rich heroine, fall in love, yes please. A baker and a reality TV star, fake dating, sounds like it's going to be Grumpy Sunshine. Another baker, except it's the woman this time. She finds a bone in her garden, hires an archaeologist to come and see it. They fall in love. Okay, and in this one, our female MC hires a contractor to sort her kitchen out. Sounds like it's going to be misunderstandings lovers, which I absolutely love. Tally Hibbert, need I say more? And it's young adult. I already know this is going to be the cutest book that I've ever read in my life. And then the author of Love in Colour is writing a fake dating novel. Anything that Bolu writes is beautiful. Even her tweets have my heartbeat picking up pace.
Ding dong.
okay, I'm whispering, so it's time for your Covet update, which is the sequel to Crush, which was the sequel to Crave. So at the end of Crush, we get a Hudson POV chapter, which basically explains to us that during the 4 months that they were like on another plane together, they like fell in love, and Grace decided to bring him back with her, and they had a whole plan. So when he shows back up inside her, and she can't even like tell that he's there, and she also still thinks he's evil and doesn't remember anything, it's like so devastating for him, and it really reframes the story. Covet opens with Grace trying to handle the fact that her mating bond is broken with Jackson, and that she has a new one with Hudson that apparently locked into place as soon as he picked her up in the arena once he was in like his corporeal form. She is still very much claiming that she's in love with Jackson and is like straight up avoiding Hudson. And Jackson is like, listen, I need to break up with you because I've never felt so much pain before in my entire life. And I don't want to see Hudson hurt. And I don't want to see you hurt. And Hudson is like devastated too. But Grace thinks it's because Hudson doesn't want to be mated to her because she's so dumb. But what Hudson, I think, is trying to do is break their mating bond so that he can help Grace get remated to Jackson because he doesn't want her to be sad. But Hudson has noticed that, because he could see like inside her like mind when he was in her body, that her mating bond with Jackson looked different than the mating bond that the two of them share. It was like, because she has all these little like strings inside her that she uses to pull. It's an imagery I don't really understand. But like when she wants to turn into a gargoyle, she like pulls her like platinum thread, and like her mating bond with Jackson was black and green, but her mating bond with Hudson is like bright blue. So basically like Hudson and Grace take a trip to the bloodletter, which if you remember, she's like that old ancient vampire, terrifying, who raised Jackson. She's the one that gave Jackson the spell to break the mating bond in the first place. So they get there and they're like, help us out. Like, can you break our mating bond and help us fix Grace's bond with Jackson? She's like, no, I absolutely cannot, because the only reason I was able to break Jackson and Grace's mating bond with that spell is because I created it. So then we find out that the mating bond that Jackson and Grace had was like made by the bloodletter. It's like not even a real mating bond. 20 years ago, a bunch of witches and vampires visited the bloodletter and were like, we need a gargoyle. Like gargoyles apparently balance out the universe because they like absorb magic and magic doesn't affect them. And she was like, sure, I'll give you a gargoyle, but in exchange, I want this gargoyle to be Jackson's mate. So that means that Jackson could potentially have like a real mate out there waiting for him. It's too much, and I just want Hudson and Grace to be together.
Girls, come on. Leave the saving of the world to the men? I don't think so. I don't think so.
Live fast, die young, bad girls do it well. Live fast, die young, bad. Man, some bitches really be out here like, well, if they're not gonna write the books that I want to read, I'll just have to write them myself. It's me. I'm bitches.